Hey everyone, this is Cathy from Whole Home and Body Health, and today I want to look at an iPhone 10 and see what kind of radio frequency that we are getting from the 10. I know this is an older model as of 2022, but you can still, this is actually a used model. You can still get older iPhones. If you can buy them used, you can go to like Best Buy, and they are certified, and you can buy them used, which I would recommend for people that want or need a phone but don't necessarily want to get the latest phone, because what I have seen over the years is, 5, 6, 7 years ago, I would measure like 20,000 microwatts per square meter or so on a cell phone, and with each year that number goes up and up and up and up. And the last review I did with I don't think it's the latest model, but the iPhone 13, it was maxing out my meter at 2,500,000. The older models tend to be much less. Of course, there's going to come a time where all we really have is, we don't have an option to go back to the very old phones. But for now, the older the phone, typically the better. There are exceptions to that. There's different brands, and this is an iPhone, Androids, etc. So we just kind of do our best here. All right, so let's see what we're getting from this phone. So I've got my Safe and Sound Pro 2 here, and we're getting about 22 microwatts per square meter in the background. Now I'm gonna turn the phone on because, of course, all the things are off. The Wi-Fi is off, the Bluetooth is off, the cell data is off. So I'm just going to take it out of airplane mode, which means I'm just using cell data. No Bluetooth, no Wi-Fi. And I'm getting, my biggest peak there was 104,000. So now I'm at 5,000. So it's going to fluctuate up and down because that's what it does. So now let me make a call and see what we get, because what phones will do is they'll kind of be quiet for 10, 20, 30 seconds, and then we'll get more activity as you get a phone call, as you get a text, or as it's looking for the nearest antenna to make sure it's still connected. All right, so there was a higher peak of 254,000, and now it's going to go quiet for a little bit and back up. Okay, so I'm going to make a call. So again, 254,000, crazy. There was a little jump of 500,000. This is very, very high for radio frequency purposes. Our goal as building biologists is to have our environment under 10 microwatts per square meter. And of course, we're in the hundreds of thousands. So this is very high, but as of right now, it tends to be lower than the newer phones. But we'll see what happens when I make a call. All right, so I'm dialing a number. I'm dialing myself. And let's see what we get. 60,000, let me reset this. 40,000, 50,000. Now it's gonna go up the closer I get to the phone. It's going to go down as I pull it away. And this is, even this much distance makes a difference. All right, so there was a spike of 736,000. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. All right, so I'm going to turn airplane mode off. The phone's going to quiet down. I'll go back to double digits. Thank goodness. So the highest peak that I got there was 736,000. Again, very, very high. Now, but way lower than the newer phones. So older phones are better, typically. All right, so now I'm just gonna do a little thing here where I'm gonna turn on the Bluetooth and see what happens, which I never use. That is the ugly sound of Bluetooth. Let me turn it down. Bluetooth is just ugly. So 3,000, 4,000, let me turn it off. So though we're getting much lower peaks of Bluetooth than when this phone is on, I do know many people that react more aggressively to Bluetooth than cell data. I'm not sure why. I'm somebody that if I'm around Bluetooth for a long period of time, I don't feel well either. I don't know why. Maybe it's the pulsing. You know, it probably has something to do with the modulation and the pulsing, the characteristics of the frequency. All right, so one last thing I want to do here is I'm going to turn the Wi-Fi on. Now, there is no Wi-Fi in this house, but the phone's going to look for a signal, so we'll just see. All right, so 10,000, 23,000. Got a lot of Wi-Fi signals in the background. So 25,000 or so, so I'm going to turn it off. Now, this isn't, let me just go ahead and turn this off too. So even though that's a high number, it's not the full information that we need because it's not making a connection to a router, right? So the phone itself, when it's on Wi-Fi, it's giving out 23,000, whatever it was, microwatts per square meter. But if it were to make its connection to a router, that number is going to change, especially because we've got a router also emitting. So that's only some information there. But by and large, it's high. But again, if you know you're in the market for a new phone, I do recommend getting a used phone because the older the better. Now, one thing to consider when you do get a used phone, you got to check all the things because I have done this several times and I've had things wrong with the phone that I didn't know until it was too late to return it. You know, usually if you get this at Best Buy, it's 15 days to return it if something's wrong with it, which is not a lot. And I've had things wrong with the jack, the jack where you charge it. The charging works fine, but on one of the phones that I had, it wouldn't allow me to plug in earbuds. And I didn't realize that until it was too late. So that was a real drag. Another phone I had when I was filming, the sound would cut in and out while I was filming. And obviously I do filming a lot. I'm using an old phone right now that I don't use for phone calls, but I use it for pictures and filming. And the sound would cut in and out. So that, and I realized that too late. There was another phone that I got and it would just die. So it worked great. It worked great for 2 weeks. And then at about week 3, it just died. And then it would come back the next day and then it would die. So, you know, buying a used phone is not without its risks. Just so you know, but most of the time this one is used and it's been working great for me for many months and I don't have any of those problems. So I do still think that it's worth it. You just got to check all the things to make sure. And if you can buy a protection plan, I would recommend it. Okay. All right, guys. So that's it for today. I hope you found that helpful. Do all the things, hit the bell, subscribe, like, so I can continue to bring this information to more people. And we'll see you next time. Bye.